Was this rigged? 5 worst NRL referee calls that changed grand finals forever. Can a single whistle in the dying light of a grand final steal the soul of a season? The September sun bleeds gold across Accor Stadium in 2025, yet the shadows stretch long and treacherous beneath the crossbar. 80 minutes have forged legends and broken hearts. Now the scoreboard flickers in cruel ambiguity. 40,000 souls hold one collective breath as the referee raises the whistle to lips that will speak either salvation or damnation. This is not merely a decision. It is a verdict on faith itself. History has taught rugby league that the grandest stages are also the most fragile. From the mud of 1969 to the LED blaze of today, the striped-shirted arbiters stand as quiet custodians between triumph and tragedy. Tonight, 5 moments from 5 finals will be resurrected like ghosts in the machine, each one a scar on the game's proud hide. Please like, share, and subscribe for more Sport Talk content. We begin in 1999, when the Dragons and Storm collide under a sky bruised purple. The score is locked at 18-all with 90 seconds remaining. A pass floats forward by the length of a prayer. The touch judge's flag stays furled. Melbourne scores. The replay later reveals the truth, but the trophy has already been engraved. In lounge rooms across the Illawarra, televisions are muted in disbelief, fathers teaching sons the bitter taste of injustice. Fast forward to 2015. The North Queensland Cowboys trail the Broncos by 4 with the clock bleeding out. Jonathan Thurston's field goal sails wide, yet the video referee awards 2 points for a phantom obstruction. The siren sounds, golden point looms, destiny shifts on the width of a pixel. Brisbane players sink to their knees, not from exhaustion, but from the hollow realization that the game has slipped through invisible fingers. The third ghost arrives in 2005. West Tigers versus Cowboys again, a script written by the gods of chaos. A knock-on is missed in the lead-up to the match-sealing try. The bunker is silent, the crowd is not. Balmain old boys clutch faded premiership scarves and whisper that some wrongs are never righted, only remembered. Then comes 2023, Penrith versus Parramatta. A high tackle on the stroke of halftime goes unseen. The Eels concede 7 points that tilt the axis of the contest. The replay circulates like contraband, frame by agonizing frame. In Western Sydney, children learn a new word, controversy. Their parents simply stare at the screen, eyes glassy with the weight of what might have been. The climax crystallizes in the present. 2025 Grand Final, Panthers versus Roosters, score tied at 12-all with 3 minutes remaining. A forward pass is called against Penrith. The bunker upholds it. The Roosters kick for touch, regain possession, and score the decisive try. The stadium fractures. One half erupts in ecstasy, the other half in a primal howl that rattles the rafters. A young fan in the outer hurls his jersey to the concrete, then retrieves it, ashamed of his own rage. The referee stands alone beneath the posts, face pale beneath the visor, as bottles arc overhead like misguided comets. Security forms a human shield, but the damage is done. The final whistle blows. The trophy presentation is drowned out by boos that echo long after the cameras stop rolling. In the tunnel, the losing captain refuses the customary handshake, a silence louder than any protest. Social media becomes a coliseum of outrage. NRL rigged trends within minutes. Slow-motion replays are dissected by armchair officials wielding protractors in righteous fury. Former players turned pundits speak in measured tones that barely conceal their grief. A petition garners 200,000 signatures before midnight, demanding video referees be drawn from neutral galaxies. Newsrooms loop the footage on endless rotation. Talkback lines melt under the heat of callers who have waited decades for their particular ghost to be acknowledged. Grandmothers phone in tears. Teenagers live stream their fury from bedroom walls, papered with premiership posters. The NRL issues a statement at dawn, apology, review, reform. But the words dissolve like mist against the sunrise of public memory. Historians unearth precedent. The 1978 replayed Grand Final, the 1997 Super League split, the 2010 Melbourne salary cap scandal. Each era carried its own wound, yet the game endured. Tonight, the scars are fresh, the stitches still visible. Commentators speak of human error as if it were a rare comet, not the very fabric of a sport played at breakneck speed by mortals in striped shirts. In the quiet aftermath, The referees gather in a windowless room beneath the stadium. One removes his whistle and places it on the table like a surrendered weapon. Another stares at the replay screen, replaying his own heartbeat in quarter time. No one speaks. Outside, the losing team boards a bus in silence, the trophy gleaming mockingly on the victorious side of the divide. The reflection begins at dawn, when the city wakes to headlines that scream betrayal. Yet beneath the anger lies a deeper truth. Rugby league is not a game of perfection, but of pressure, where split seconds separate glory from grievance. The whistle is not a scepter, but a cross, carried by those who know every call will be judged by 40,000 instant experts and a lifetime of hindsight. Coaches speak of resilience, of teaching players to win despite the margins. Captains speak of respect, of understanding that the man in the middle is not the enemy, but the custodian of chaos. Children ask why the grown-ups are sad, and parents struggle to explain that fairness is a horizon, not a finish line. Pundits who once bayed for blood now advocate for technology with the solemnity of priests. The NRL announces augmented reality lines, AI-assisted bunkers, retired players in the video box. Yet everyone knows the ghost will return in another form, because the game's beauty lies in its brutality, its humanity, and its fallibility. Years from now, these 5 calls will be taught in coaching clinics, not as mistakes, but as parables. They will remind future generations that the grand final is not won in the boardroom or the laboratory, but in the furnace of doubt, where courage is measured by the ability to rise after the whistle has wronged you. I've made peace with it, the 2025 losing captain says months later, voice steady over a crackling phone line. The game gave me everything, scars included. If my kids learn that you play on when the call goes against you, then the loss was worth it. Another voice emerges from 2015, older now, softer. I still see that field goal in my sleep, Thurston admits. But I also see the comeback. The injustice didn't define us. What we did next did. He pauses. That's the real legacy. The referees themselves speak rarely, but one does anonymously to a journalist at a quiet cafe. Every call is a prayer, he says, stirring sugar that will never dissolve. You hope the angels are watching. Sometimes they look away. But you blow the whistle anyway, because someone has to. So we gather in lounge rooms and leagues' clubs, replaying the moments that hurt the most. We argue, we grieve, we forgive in increments. We understand that the game's heartbeat is irregular, prone to arrhythmia, to controversy, to the exquisite pain of being human. Because rugby league is not the perfect call or the flawless frame. It is the roar after the robbery, the try scored against the odds, the child who learns that falling is merely the prelude to rising. It is the referee who walks off alone, the player who shakes his hand anyway,